on this one, I thought I'd change it up a little bit from jigs. So I'm going to do my favorite trout fly. And it's a Royal Wulff. That's Royal Wluff. But it's a little different. It's an emerger. And the people like to use deer hair. That's the wrong box. People don't like to use like deer hair for their wings. I use a substitute. It works pretty good. It's a little easier to tie, and you just squeeze the water out of it, and you're back to a dry fly. So I'm starting with a size 12 hook, and it's a dry fly hook. Tie it on just like that. See that? Yeah, see that. And I'm using the 8/0 black thread again. And I'm just gonna tie on just like that. God, these scissors suck. Then I'm gonna tie it all the way to the back, and we're gonna put the tail in. And the tail is gonna be deer hair. I bought deer hair from a store, and I don't even know how to describe it. It's just decent. It's kind of like two-toned color, a little lighter at the tips. It goes like light, dark, light, and like that. I also have some hair from a deer my dad got, and it works good. We just cut a patch out of the skin. Anyways, I'll take the hair stacker I got, cut out a decent amount of hair, like so, just like that. We'll put it in the stacker. It's kind of difficult. If you don't get all the hairs in the stacker, just don't make sure they don't go in upside down. That's good. You got them just like that. I'll give them a little thump just to get them down, just like that. I'll put my finger over it, and then just like that, and it's all gone. You pull it, boom, all stacked up at the bottom, nice and straight. Take it out, put your hair stacker back. You got a decent little amount of hair like that. Put it so it's about, you got the 12 hook, and you can make it into, I made it into like 10s, I made it into 16s, 14s. It's good, depending on what stream you're fishing. And so it's about 1/4 of the hook shank, 1/2, 1/4, somewhere around there, jutting out of the back, and then you just tie it on. And here's this good little trick, is you take your line, you go back in your fingers like that, so you're holding the thread, and then pull it down, and that'll just give it nice and tight for you without moving it around too much, your tail. Then take your hair and cut it as close as possible. Discard the extra hair. It's useless now for me, at least. Pull out those little extra ones and tie it down. Next, there's the camera, that's embarrassing. Next, we'll take peacock herl, if I can remember where I said it, right there. And I like to take 3 strands and tie the thick ends first. I'll cut them up so they're even. Take 3 strands, and I'll go to about the top of the thing, to the eye of the hook, and tie it down like that, and that'll just give a good base to it. So everything kind of evens out eventually. Tie it all the way so it's all the way back to that. And then you're going to take your strands. Some people like this twisted on the line. I don't. I just twist them together. Give them some solid wraps. I think I just broke one of the things. And you want to go so it's about halfway, like that. And I've usually tie on first, but I didn't this time for whatever reason. Just wasn't thinking straight. Haven't tied it. I only tied it like a week ago, so it's been a tiny bit. Oh my god, that's embarrassing. Watch where your scissors are. And it's really easy when you have a good pair of scissors that are small like this, but these are crappy. I don't even know where I got them from. That you don't cut your line, your thread. That's bad. You just gotta make your fly a little weaker. I got that like that. Peacock herl. I'm taking this stuff. I don't know what it's called. It's kind of like periwing post, I guess. My sister and mom kind of ruin it because they're stupid. You just pull some out like that. And cut it. And you tie it so it goes sideways like that. Let's get like a couple good, decent, crisp figure 8 wraps on it. Then pull it up. And the more you have, the better, because it'll just float more. And then you're going to go around like this. You're going to stand it straight up. And you're going to build a solid thing so you can wrap your hackle around it. And you're going to like wrap it all the way down. Down, down, down. So it's nice and thick there. Then you're going to cut it just a little long, just so it's easier to move. And you recut it when you get your hackle on there. Then, we're going to take red. 15 yards, 16 1-ply red Unifloss. You're going to put that on your other bodkin. Should have had this ready, but I didn't, so let's hit the weight. I used to get really fast at tying this fly when I needed to tie some up. Slowing down a bit. Alright. Then you'll take, you got your floss there. Take some. And you're going to wrap decently so it makes just a little red patch. Cut that little excess you got there. Don't twist together. Find the right scissors that are actually cut it. And boom. Boom. So you got a little red patch right there. And if you ever did your peacock hackle, or not peacock curl like I did, you can always just wrap back just a little bit. Then you tie it off with your main thread. And this time, hopefully don't cut off my main thread again. Do that. Give it some good wraps. Then we'll tie in our feather. Do I have an extra one? No. I'll tie in my hackle. And let's see, let's pick a decent strand here. And our hackle on my hackle gauge reads about 16, 18 on my hackle gauge in the middle. In the back, which I'm actually going to be using, it reads more 16. So you're going to tie that in first, just like so. And then you're going to tie in the herl you cut off, which I set where? The table's kind of a mess. I don't know where I set it. I probably threw it away. So I'll just take some more. Was that it? A piece. Take some. I'll just take 2 because that's what I got. Take the thick ends again. cut them so they match up. Tie them over the feather, just like so. And then wrap your thread to the front, just like that. Then take your knurl, twist it together, and wrap like that to the front of the fly, so you have a little bit left to tie with. A little bit of room left up there to tie with. Tie it like that, cut it off. Don't throw it away this time. Get a decent head going. And then you'll take your feather, your hackle, and wrap around that base that you tied on your parapost, your pretty much your indicator of the thing. My brand, get some decent wraps, like up to 10. That'll just help it float the more wraps you have. Then you hold it out tight, hold the feathers back, and tie it off. 3, 4. Then cut your remaining feather. And this is where I always have problems, because I usually cut it too, not tight enough. So it's hard to thread your line when you want to tie it up. Just pull your feathers back. I just want to mean to do the freaking, it's just so hard, I don't even bother with it. To do the whip finish, I just take a pen, wrap my line around it once, put it over the eye, and do that like 4 or 6 times. Don't mess up like I did. Tighten it down. Take your scissors, cut it. Then you got this long, you gotta bend that down first. Then you got your long wing post here. Cut it just like that. So there, cut it just like that. Turn the light off. Get a good view of it. It's an alright view. And on this one, I've caught well over 100 trout on. I caught like 30 trout one day. And I probably went through like 3 flies to catch this trout. It was really good. Great top water. And I've caught a decent like 12, 14 inch trout where it was averaging probably, I don't know, 3, 4 inches, and then even some smaller ones than that. It was a really nice trout in that stream. There's a lot of trout there. And I got it down into this little waterfall area, and it just hit it. The best fighting trout ever. It was a brook trout. Might even have been a brook trout rainbow mix. So what you got here is you got your tail right there. That's just deer hair. Then you got your first peacock curl, and then your floss, your red floss. Then you tied on your wing, but you didn't wrap it yet. Or you had your wing on first. Then you did those loops around it. You have the peacock curl again. Then you have your wing, and you have it just tied off the end. And this will catch a bunch of trout. Add that little floaty stuff on to that. Squeeze the water out of it every once in a while. Add some more stuff. And it'll be a good fly all day, as long as you don't lose it. I have a fly somewhere, and it's just thrashed, but it still caught fish. Very good. Very good, very good.